Hey guys, got another broken excavator here. I apologize for the audio. We are working on getting a better microphone setup. I'm listening to your comments. It gets progressively better throughout the video. We had some really windy conditions. We're going to do better on the next one, but bear with me on this one. There's a lot of weight pushing down on this right now, but it's completely broken down to here and it's just hinging on this plate. So when you open it up, it's right up. So we're going to try and get it back together. We got some questionable weather, so we're kind of close to a door just in case we have to pull inside, but we pushed down on it and we're going to try and cut some relief inside of here. Hopefully we can get these two to touch. It's pretty bent and misaligned right here, so we're just going to try and get everything to kind of go back together the way that it should for now. Still got to figure out something to probably this is the original plate here, so probably something on top of this, and then this plate's still good, but there's a plate underneath here that's definitely broken, so we might have to back couch into this, but yeah, and then maybe something on the side, but we're gonna try to just get the stick where it's supposed to be for now. That'll be our goal for right now. So this is pretty stretched and deviated, so we're going to cut this out and get this back to here, try and get this nice and tight where it's supposed to be, and then maybe tack the corners and take some material out of the center with an arc gouger. Probably have to remove some of these holders, and then see where we're at. Once we have a better idea of how it's going to fit together, we can figure out if we're going to put something on the inside or the outside or whatnot. See how much material we got to take out of here. If we need to put a backer on it, it should maybe, but we'll start with just getting it fit together, and we'll go from there. Together as much as possible. These two pieces are overlapping now because of how bent this is, so I'm going to have to trim this lightly. Let's see what the other side looks like. So yeah, this has gotten tighter. We need to fix up here. We don't want to go too crazy because we do have to keep in mind the misalignment of the actual stick. So right now it's like the rest of this going that way. So that's going to be done with probably dogs, like probably screw jacks or dogs. But yeah, let's trim some more out of the overlapping section and this side, and see how that goes. Okay, so we got it pretty tight now, so I don't want to go any further without dealing with the misalignment. So it's holding together here, but it's too far to the right here, and I got to deal with this bend, and then we got to get this over too as well. So we'll put a dog here. The dog is like a active weld on. We're going to push this over so this is in line with this. The top flange is in line with the bottom flange. simply going to be removing these so that when we're probably going to plate the outside after talking to the customer. And then, yeah, so we'll try and get this over to here. I'm happy with how this is working out. I don't want to go any further just because I don't want to get too much material out of here. Let's get this over, and then we can gouge the top. Look at the bottom because this is all broken inside here now. So, yeah, if we can get this over intact, that would make me really happy. So, yeah, get this on, then we might have to move inside, whether it's getting worse or worse. It was just pouring rain and then we stopped, but it's not looking like a perfect day for this, but we'll get it figured out. Yeah, so let's push this over. Folks, so we got her opened up again. We got it aligned pretty nicely. I know it's going to go back together, for the most part. We still got some minor touch-ups to do, but what I'm doing now is, can't really tell there, but I've slid a plate. There you go. I've slid a plate on the inside so I have something to weld into, so I can fully open this up, and I know I have a backer that I'm burning into, so then it just gives me guarantee that I'm getting full penetration weld, because otherwise, if I don't open it up enough, I could end up only welding like the first half of the plate, and this way I know that I'm getting into there. I have the luxury of having it a little bit more open, so that even if it is kind of gappy, I have the plate to burn into, and I'm not blowing through and doing a million start and stops and getting slag inclusions and all that kind of stuff. So this is our little like trick to do this kind of thing. They do these on weld tests. So we're going to put one here, obviously, and then I'm going to clamp another one on the other side. So that's what I'm working on, and then we're going to suck it all back together. I welded a lifting eye over there so that we can use a come along to fine tune it off of this hydraulic block. And my main man Tyler over there is going to start working on a plate to go on top of here. We're not going to be able to get away from the no plate on here. I'd love to be able to cut this all the way back and do this like this whole section and replace it, but it's just not going to happen. It's not reasonable for the use of the machine and the timeline and the money and blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but I'm feeling good about that, and we're not going to put a plate on the outside of here. We're just going to put lots of reinforcement in here, weld this, and then we're going to figure out what to do here. We're going to probably back out all the way through this and weld into this, because there is a plate on the inside of this, so I can go all the way through. The plate was already there, so we're going to back out and go all the way into there. So that'll take up the time there. Thankfully we're inside now. It's rained on and off, but it's not the nicest looking building in the world, but it's a hell of a lot better than standing in the wind and the rain. So thankful for that. But yeah, I should get back to work, and I'm going to get that other plate in. we're at the end of day one here. We didn't quite get it done, but we got quite a bit done. We welded those jacks on the side and got it straight. We had a little bit of difficulty trying to get the bottom side straight before we realized that the stick is actually bent from there down. So that's good to know. Yeah, we got a 4-foot level on it, and it was looking good. We used a chain and a come along to pull on a lifting eye to kind of pull it this way and jack against this. We got cover pass to run on both sides of these. The top's only tacked, so we're going to do some back gouging there and welding, and then started on the bottom weld there. Got into the plates on the sides, ran the roots and ground them out, so that worked out good. It took a little bit longer than anticipated to try and get it straight, just how much force I had to put on it, but yeah, we're at the end of day one. We got our doubler plate for the top cut, but we got to do all the back gouging and welding. So yeah, we're just doing a cleanup now, and we'll be back to work on it tomorrow and hopefully finish it. So yeah. Okay, day two. I got started a little bit here, and I'll give you guys an update before I get too far ahead of myself. So we've got the bottom side all welded. I put runoff tabs on either side and just welded past them, so I didn't have that many start and stops and all that in there. Got my little camping chair here. Just put a solid bunch of passes underneath there and rounded the corners off. And then did a vertical here. It's a little wavy because of how wide that gap was there, but worked out okay. So we're not going to go with a plate on the side. We're just going to leave it like this and just hope that they inspect it on a regular basis so it doesn't break off for the third time. The end of the stick broke off one time. I don't know if I ever recorded a video for that, but the end of the stick broke off about a year and a half ago. So this is a new spot that's broken. Yeah, I think that says everything it needs to about this. But yeah, we got another vertical weld in here. I found another small crack there, so I just welded that up. So yeah, the bottom side's done, this side's done, other side's done, and then I did the top here. I have to take this weld totally down because I'm going to be putting doubler plate on top of here. This is where the problem initiated. This is where it started splitting, and I think I know why it's happening, kind of thing. Like, I think it's a combination of misuse and age and lots of stuff, but anyways, I don't want it to happen again to them. This is another very old machine, like not age-wise, but it has at least 15,000 hours on it as well. So, you know, let's just keep it doing its thing for a little bit longer. Like, we crush aluminum with it. This is a concrete pulverizer. They've since went and got a new machine and a new pulverizer and all that stuff, and this is a backup / heavy production. Like when there's lots to do, they'll run this one, but it's probably going to be getting phased out eventually. There's only so much you can do with this, but anyways, yeah, I'm happy with the repair so far. All I got left to do is put this plate up top, and I'm going to stick these little hydraulic holders back on. I think that's it. I think that's all sure. I'll knock this off. I'll probably do a little more grinding afterwards, and that's all. So yeah, I'll do a little grinding here, and hopefully you guys find it interesting. Okay, sorry for the video quality on my GoPro dog. So yeah, we're all done. I got this big old plate on here. I weld it fully on the sides. I leave the bottoms open a little bit, and then have a little runoff. And then I leave a little bit in the middle open. Give it some sort of flex. I've seen major manufacturers do it when they do it, so I figure there's got to be some sort of science behind it. But anyways, that's the thing. Yeah, I'm gonna pack up my gear and move this old girl somewhere else and hit the road. Oh, one other thing. I forgot to attach these. I gotta attach, they're still gonna stick that. But anyways, yeah. Yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and yeah, do a comment, do a like or something, and let me know if you have any questions or anything. Okay, bye.